Tyler Herro's current contract with the Miami Heat is set to run until 2027. The former sixth man of the year will earn $31 million for the upcoming season and $33 million in the 2026-27 campaign. There is no player or team option on his contract. According to NBA insider Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, Herro will become eligible for a contract extension in October. However, given Pat Riley's track record with handing out extensions, there are multiple teams keeping a watchful eye on how Herro's tenure in Miami begins to play out. Tyler Herro becomes eligible for a 3-year extension worth near $150 million with the Miami Heat in October before the start of the 2025-26 season. This is a situation teams are keeping an eye on, as Pat Riley has always been cautious with giving out extensions. See Jimmy Butler's situation for details, Siegel wrote. A decision to extend or not to extend Herro will tell the tale of how the Heat view themselves in the East. Herro, 25, has emerged as one of Miami's core rotation players in recent years. Following the departure of Jimmy Butler midway through last season, Herro began to shoulder a significant amount of the offensive burden. In 77 games, he averaged 23.9 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. He shot 47.2% from the field and 37.5% from deep. Heat's Adebayo pleased with Norman Powell's signing. During his annual youth basketball clinic, Bam Adebayo spoke to the media in attendance. He shared his excitement at adding Norman Powell to the roster ahead of the 2025-26 season. "It's a very good shakeup for our team, and now there's a different dynamic to it," Adebayo told Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald. "I feel like Norman is one of those guys who floats under the radar. But as you saw this year, he's really shown that he can be an all-star caliber player. You've seen what he's done, and you've seen him grow in this league. And obviously, he wants to take the next challenge. Obviously, the next challenge is being with the Miami Heat. So I'm happy to have him." Powell will help ease the pressure on Herro's shoulders. He'll also provide elite-level floor spacing and some additional rim pressure. Furthermore, he should easily slot into Erik Spoelstra's starting rotation while providing some reliable defensive assistance. Heat urged to target free agent forward. In a July 29 article for Clutch Points, Brett Siegel suggested Precious Achiuwa as a potential free agency addition for the Heat. "One team that could still use some front-court help this offseason is the Miami Heat," Siegel wrote. Not only does this fit make sense because Achiuwa can play behind Bam Adebayo and improve his all-around game, but the former Knicks big man recently purchased a 2-bedroom condo in South Beach. Miami has an open roster spot, and they can sign Achiuwa without crossing their first apron hard cap. Prediction: Precious Achiuwa stays in Eastern Conference, joins Heat front court behind Bam Adebayo. Achiuwa's positional versatility would likely be of significant interest to the Heat. Spoelstra needs extra depth in the front court. Achiuwa can play the power forward and center positions. Assuming he's willing to sign a minimum deal, he could be a strong addition to Miami's roster. The type of addition that would fly under the radar, but make a big on-court impact. Achiuwa may have other teams monitoring his availability. As such, if the Heat were to acquire him, they maybe need to move quickly. Norman Powell is in Florida, and not just because of his recent trade to the Miami Heat. The shooting guard/small forward is currently training with the Jamaican national team, which is holding its training camp in Boca Raton ahead of the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027 America's pre-qualifiers. The event is set to take place in Mexico and Chile from August 8th to 10th. Back in April, Powell announced his commitment to represent the Caribbean nation, and he is now ready to do so in the tournament that will award 4 spots to the America's qualifiers for the 2027 World Cup, which begins this November. The player, who averaged a career-high 21.9 points and shot 42% from three-point range last season with the Los Angeles Clippers, spoke with FIBA Americas about this new experience in international basketball. "Honestly, this experience has been unreal. I've felt really welcomed by my teammates, the coaching staff, and everyone else involved in making this a reality," Powell said. "It's been amazing, even the support from the country, Jamaica, and the other places I've been like Toronto. It's been a great time here preparing with the team, and I'm just looking forward to getting on the floor and competing." In the pre-qualifiers, Jamaica will compete in Group A, located at its arena in Ciudad Obregón, Mexico. They'll face Barbados, Costa Rica, and then wrap up the group stage against the host nation. We've got a good chance. We have a team that's going to work hard and battle, said the veteran, who is heading into his 11th NBA season and first with the Heat. This is the first time for a lot of us coming together to make this thing possible. So it might not look amazing or polished right away, but as long as we have the right approach, the right attitude, and unselfishness, we're going to put ourselves in a great position to make it out of these qualifiers and keep moving on, he added. Powell has won an NBA title with the Toronto Raptors in the 2018-19 season. However, now he will need to adjust to the international game, which is known for its physicality and some rule differences compared to the NBA. But he doesn't expect that to be an issue. I think my style of play fits international basketball well. I love the physicality. I think it's just definitely going to help me shift gears in a focus and come out being an aggressor as well, said the 32-year-old sharpshooter. They like to play physical on defense, and that allows you to be able to play physical on offense too. So I'm looking forward to it, to seeing how the game is played, learning the rules and different calls, violations, travels, and things like that. I'm excited about it. Jamaica hopes Powell will be the first of several NBA players to join their national team project. The country is aiming to bring in names like Nick Richards, Phoenix, twin brothers Amen, Houston, and Ozar Thompson, Detroit, Josh Minot, Boston, and brothers Justin, Washington, and Julian Champagny, San Antonio, in the future. If they're able to bring these pieces together, Jamaica could field a team capable of competing at the highest levels. Powell has already thought about what it would mean to play in tournaments like the World Cup or the Olympics. It would mean everything. That's another childhood dream fulfilled. This is the start of it, and I'm really excited about this group. I know we have more talented players who want to be part of this, and I think this is the start of building something really special. For Jamaica, I think it would be extremely huge, not just now, but for the continuation for generations to come, and that it continues to grow, and the funding comes, he said passionately. The Heat, another challenge. After the Americas pre-qualifiers, Powell will shift his focus to preparing for the 2025-26 NBA season with his new team, the Miami Heat. He was traded on July 7th from the Los Angeles Clippers as part of a three-team deal that sent Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, and a second-round pick to the Utah Jazz and John Collins to the Clippers. About the trade, Powell commented, "This is a new challenge, a new opportunity to go and showcase my skills in another location. The organization and my teammates have been really welcoming. I've seen what some of them have said about me in interviews, and it's been supportive. I'm excited to join this group and continue building." The Heat finished last season with a 37-45 record and were swept in the first round of the playoffs by the Cleveland Cavaliers. With Powell now in the mix, they hope to return to contention in the Eastern Conference. He will strengthen the offense and bring veteran leadership to a roster that includes Bam Adebayo, Tyler Herro, Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, Nikola Jovic, and Simone Fontecchio. I think my game, my mentality, my approach, and my love for basketball all fit perfectly with the Heat culture. I'm excited to put that jersey on as well, he concluded. As the new NBA season approaches, Tyler Herro projects to be the Miami Heat's lead ball handler and shot creator. Pat Riley failed in his pursuit of acquiring a superstar talent this summer. Instead, he's settled on the addition of Norman Powell. However, if Miami wants to get the best out of Herro, they must give him another teammate capable of handling the rock and initiating some of the offense. In a July 30th article, Dan Riccio of Hot Hoops pinpointed Drew Holiday as a logical trade target for the franchise. Holiday is a proven winning player, two-time champion and all-defensive caliber guard, Riccio wrote. He is also still an efficient and capable outside shooter that can provide some balance to a Tyler Herro-focused backcourt. But his contract and age could pose as an issue in any negotiations, despite the pedigree Holiday still brings to the table. Holiday is a versatile talent at the guard position. He can operate as a lead ball handler, secondary scorer, or plug gaps in the overall rotation. Furthermore, he's one of the best guard defenders in the NBA and knows what it takes to win a championship. It's unclear whether Holiday would be available for trade, though. He was shipped to the Portland Trail Blazers earlier this summer, and at first glance, It would appear that Chauncey Billups plans on integrating him into the rotation. Bam Adebayo speaks on Heat's new additions. During a recent discussion with Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald, Miami's star big man Bam Adebayo shared his thoughts on the Heat's offseason moves. "It's a very good shakeup for our team, and now there's a different dynamic to it," Adebayo said when addressing the media on Saturday, August 2nd. "I feel like Norman is one of those guys who floats under the radar. But as you saw this year, he's really shown that he can be an all-star caliber player. You've seen what he's done, and you've seen him grow in this league. And obviously, he wants to take the next challenge. Obviously, the next challenge is being with the Miami Heat. So, I'm happy to have him." Overall, the Heat have added Powell, Simone Fontecchio, and Kasparas Jakušionis this summer. They've also re-signed Davion Mitchell on a 2-year, $24 million contract. Adebayo will undoubtedly be excited to get back to work with a new-look Heat roster. Nevertheless, a potential addition of Holiday would take Erik Spoelstra's team to a new level. Heat expected to be done making trades. In a recent episode of the Zaslow Show 2.0, NBA cap expert Bobby Marks suggested that Miami could be done making trades this summer. "I mean, listen, we're going to see probably within the next couple of days, Beal become available in free agency," Mark said. "I think the Norman Powell move eliminates that, as far as what they need. They're a little bit below the first apron, so they can go out and sign a minimum guy if they want to do that. But I'm not anticipating another big move. If Marks is correct, we won't see Holiday or any other talent heading to Miami this summer. Instead, Spoelstra will make do with the roster at his disposal. Whether that will be enough for the Heat to contend in the Eastern Conference will remain to be seen."